This is the Government Week in Review for the week ending Friday, February 2nd. I am Rikisha St. Louis. In the headlines, Carriacou and P.T. Martinique staged the 50th Independence Celebration this week. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell to unveil $50 Independence Commemorative Note, and Ministry of Culture reintroduces Festival of the Arts after 5 years. We'll have details to this story and more after the break.
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP.
I am VIP. I am vaccinated. I am immunized. I am protected. Our children and nation depend on vaccination for immunization. Childhood vaccination is national priority. It is their protection from disease and sicknesses. Let's all be VIPs and safeguard our beautiful Grenada. I am DJ Blackstorm and I am a VIP health champion. Be a VIP like me.
Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, Be a VIP Childhood Vaccination and Immunization Campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
Welcome back. It was a display of national patriotism and pride as the sister island of P.T. Martinique staged its 50th anniversary of independence rally on Tuesday. The event was attended by Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Cecile Lagrenade, Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell, and Parliamentary Representative for St. George Northeast, Honorable Ron Redhead, and Opposition Senator Norland Cox. Minister for Carriacou and P.T. Martinique Affairs, Honorable Tevin Andrews, says the event is a solemn reminder of the responsibility that lies ahead. He says with unity, much can be achieved.
In this quest for a brighter future, it is imperative that we realize the power of unity. Grenada, Carriacou, and P.T. Martinique together are undoubtedly stronger than the sum of their parts. We must harness the bond and that connects us, bridge any divides that may exist, and work collaboratively towards the common goal of progress. This unity should not give way to individual agendas or selfish pursuits. Instead, let us foster a culture of inclusivity, empathy, and solidarity, where every Grenadian feels valued and empowered.
Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell observed a moment of silence for the men, women, boys, and girls who have gone before as a mark of respect for their contributions to the development of the country. He said the celebration of our 50th year milestone calls for deep reflection and gratitude, acknowledging our trials and triumphs over the years.
As we raise the flag this morning, let us reflect on our 50-year milestone that has shaped our journey. To the spirit of our ancestors, we stand on your shoulders. From the Kalinagos, who stood their ground and gave their lives in defense of Grenada, to enslaved ancestors who worked on our plantations, to the indentured servants who came thereafter and were forced to work in subhuman conditions, to the farmers, the sharecroppers, the fishermen, the teachers, the police officers, the doctors, the nurses, the civil servants, the members of the private sector. Many of us, many of our foreparents endured difficult and challenging times, but they endured nonetheless. We remember the spirits and the perseverance of T.A. Maricho, of Fedor, the forthrightness and the courage of the father of independence, Sir Eric Matthew Gary, and the role he played in ushering the birth of this nation. Prior to doing so, he raised the social and political consciousness of the working class people of Grenada. From adult suffrage in 1951 to becoming an independent nation in 1974.
Governor General Her Excellency Dame Cecile Lagrenade highlighted the developments of the sister island over the years and charged the youth to continue reaching for the stars.
The upgrading of the asphalt and dust roads to concrete roads with guardrails in hilly areas in Carriacou has led to marked improvement in the current housing stock. In Petit Martinique, the revetment project in parts of Saint-Cher and Madame Pierre has not only protected the playing field, but also facilitated its upgrading to include cricket pitches. We all witnessed the benefits reaped from the upgrading of our sporting facilities and providing opportunities for our young sportsmen and women when Emmanuel Stewart from Carriacou was selected to be on the West Indies under cricket team. The mini stadium constructed in Lauriston with lighting facilities will undoubtedly boost the chances of our young people as they aspire to become professional sportsmen and women. I look forward to seeing one of our young people from Carriacou and Petit Martinique achieve what Kirani James, Lyndon Victor, Anderson Peters, Affie Fletcher, and others have achieved. Since becoming an independent nation in 1974, there has been a marked improvement in the area of education in our sister isles. The upgrading of the Hillsborough Secondary School and the creation of the T.A. Marichaud Community College in Carriacou have created greater educational opportunities for our young people and will certainly improve our human resource pool, our skilled personnel, and the level of professionalism in our country.
The celebration also saw the display of culture unique to the people on the sister isle.
Welcome to the Tri-Island, the swans of the Tri-Island. Welcome to Petit Martinique, our beautiful island. Surrounded by blue waters, Caribbean blue waters, island known for traditions and cultural practices. Petit Martinique, Petit Martinique, Petit Martinique, Petit Martinique.
Going higher, 50 years we're blessed, we're forged in fire, still reaching for more. Going up, 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 up. Going up, going up, 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 up.
We're going higher, as we aspire, build advances, put people together.
Bang, bang, bang.
Beautiful island, wonderful island, outstanding among students, rich in culture and highly favored, people loving as can be. We are an island in the sun, special to everyone. Martinique, yeah, truly our home.
21 residents of Carriacou and Petit Martinique were awarded for outstanding service to various sectors during the Minister's Gala and Awards on Wednesday evening. Rural Constable Garfield Noel, PC 266 Egrington Alexander, PC 972 Carl John, and Corporal 412 Martin Plenty were recognized for their service during the fire at the Grenlec plant last year. Simeon Clement for Community Service, Pamela Caesar, Education, Dylan Logan, Sports, Clyde DeRoche, Fishing, Ruth Joseph, Culture, and Corporal 851 Vincent Joseph for Police Services. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell attended the event and presented awards to Mr. Kimberlyn Mills, Business, Marissa Gay, Health, Jamora Alves, Sports, Police Constable 31 Ricky Calise, Police Services, Neil Matheson, Culture, Uriel Joseph, Famine, Gladwin Simon, Fishing, Cleopatra Lambert, Education, and the members of the Shadow Benny Serenaders for Community Service. Special awards were given to Mrs. Bernadette Lendo Sylvester for Public Service and Miss Lucy DeRoche, Education. Minister for Carriacou and Peter Martinic Affairs, Honorable Tevin Andrews, congratulated all the awardees.
I want to encourage the citizens of Petit Martinic and Carriacou to continue that spirit of unity and togetherness, the community spirit, as we strive to build this beautiful country of ours, as we continue to move Carriacou and Petit Martinic and Grenada up, up, up. It's not only the job of your member of parliament or the government or politicians, but collectively, we all have a responsibility.
Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell spoke of the resilience of not just the awardees who were recognized, but also the resilience of the nation.
When we have a theme that says, our journey, it is really the journey of the people of Grenada, and in particular, those who journeyed prior to independence and those who journeyed after independence. Because without that journey, we would not be here today. We would not be here as a blessed, wonderful, and fantastic nation, despite the odds, despite the challenges, despite the political instability of our past, despite the storms, despite the hurricanes, despite the fact that we are small. We have journeyed. We are here united, perhaps more than a long time in our history. And we will forge ahead in keeping with the theme song to go up and up and up and up.
Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell will unveil the island's commemorative $50 note on Monday, February 5th as part of events leading to Independence Day. The National Organizing Committee held a press conference on Thursday to update the nation on upcoming events before and after February 7th. Prime Minister Mitchell will also present his government's vision for the next 50 years for Grenada. Member of the NOC, Orlando Romain, explained that although the commemorative note will be revealed on Monday in time for independence, it will not be in circulation until June.
So this commemorative note is going to be unveiled on the 5th. The ECC Governor General, Mr. Timothy Antoine, will be here to assist in that unveiling, and Grenadians will see what that note looks like. The note features many iconic Grenadian faces, places, and I would say narratives. All right, it was specially designed. All the elements on that note is something related to Grenada. So it's a big deal for us. 50 is a big deal, and so this note is also a big deal. The Prime Minister will articulate some of his ideas as to what Grenada will look like. Of course, that process is a consultative process, and so the entire public will be involved in the finalization of that macro vision for the country. I want to note that we already have some solid plans in place via the 2035 National Sustainability Plan. And so a lot of those plans will be articulated also in that vision. So it's going to be a special day. Very interesting information that will come out of that, both in terms of the $50 note and in terms of the Prime Minister's vision as we go into the next 50 years.
On Independence Day, the expo starts at 11 a.m., parade at 2 p.m., and the official ceremony at the stadium at 2:30 p.m. According to Ricardo Kings Douglas, chair of this year's parade and cultural presentations, the parade and rally will be one with a difference.
The event starts 2:30 and is going to be just like what it used to be before, but more magical in the sense of it's going to be the big parade with everything possible in that field from 2:30 to 4:30 with the arrival of the GG, with the incredible display with the police, all the march passes. Everything's just going to be so elegant and so. I don't want to give away too much, but I just want you to be there. I guarantee you it's going to be fantastic. And that happens from 2:30 to 4:30. Now, after 4:30 comes a cultural presentation on the ground. And I'm working with 900 youth. And this is a moment I think that is so important because we say up, up, up. Once the cultural starts, there'll be 900 people doing stuff on the ground, on the grass. I don't want to give away too much, but there'll be moko jumbies, there'll be 200 choirs, there'll be ballet dancers, we have carriacou coming down, the big drum, we have all kinds of stuff.
Drone displays and fireworks will also be the highlights at this year's National Parade.
Towards the end of the night, we plan to light the skies up, not only with fireworks, but with drones. We have a drone display of over 500 drones that will be in the sky, creating a magical spectacle of motion and lights, forming shapes of many iconic Grenadian persons, places, and items. It has never been done in Grenada before, and it's something that the public will not want to miss. This is the first time ever we will have a drone show, and I think probably for the Caribbean in that magnitude. So it's really a spectacle. We're encouraging everybody to come out. After the drone show, we have what we call the mother of all fireworks taking place. Right? It's 15 minutes of fireworks, but not just any fireworks. It's curated. It goes to music. It's going to be a show. It's theater. Everything is theater. From here is theater. Everything we're doing is curated. Everything we're doing is intentional. And it's going to be amazing.
Events continue on February 8th with Folk in the Town, Pan 50 on the Carriacou, Food Fest and Craft Market. This year's 50th celebrations is being observed under the theme, One People, One Journey, One Future. This is the Week in Review. When we return, you'll hear more about the traffic arrangements in place for National Parade and Rally on February 7th.
Get ready to witness the ultimate showcase of talent, speed, and determination at the 2024 Carifta Games. This prestigious event brings together the best young athletes from across the Caribbean, competing for glory like never before. With the motto, many people, one region, celebrating athletics, Carifta embodies the essence of Caribbean unity through sports, igniting a flame that illuminates the future of sports in the region. Don't miss out on this incredible event taking place at the Carani James Athletic Stadium from Saturday 30th March to Monday 1st April 2024. Get your tickets now at Grenadian Optical or visit gotofed.com and secure your spot to be part of this extraordinary celebration of athleticism.
Welcome back. The Royal Grenada Police Force says a shuttle service system will be in place on February 7th for the National Parade and Rally at the National Stadium to offset the limited parking space available at and close to the venue. Assistant Superintendent of Police Randall Batiste explained that parking close to the venue is for dignitaries and VIP. He was at the time speaking during the National Organizing Committee's press conference on Thursday. ASP Randall Batiste outlined the traffic arrangements for Independence.
Gate 6, which we mentioned for up from here, will be low parking for special guests. Gate 6 will be totally restricted on that day. There will be no parking of any form of any vehicles, and that is for different reasons, right? So Gate 6 will not be accessible for parking. Where's the college playing field, which will be used for general parking up from here? It will not be for general parking. This time it will be for VIP, dignitaries, and special invited guests to the national event. The VVIPs will be parking where the VIP was designated to park for up from here, where you come from that Ombak Bridge and you make that immediate left. So only VVIPs. And these persons will be recognized by the special pass.
Shuttles will transport members of the general public from parking areas like Tantine and Old Trafford, Ariza Car Park, and the bus terminal to the National Stadium.
The general public will park at the concrete area, the Kierani James Stadium, and the dot area there. So that's the only area that will be designated on site within the venue for the general public. So it is very limited, but there will be outside parking outside of the venue for the general public. Those areas was already confirmed. That's the Ariza car park, the upper level of the bus terminal, the Spiceland Mall car park, Tantine, Plainfield, Old Trafford, Plainfield. So we have a number of parking areas, more than adequate.
Minister for Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs and the Local Government, Honorable Tevin Andrews, made a clarion call for unity to be the glue to hold the country together for the next 50 years. Addressing the large turnout at the Hillsborough Recreational Ground on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of independence, Minister Andrews called on the youth to stand up and take their place as the future leaders and change makers of the country.
As we strive for unity, we must also recognize that our true strength lies in the next generation. The youth of today, my friends, is the future leaders of tomorrow. Hold within them the potential to shape the destiny of Grenada for the next 50 years and beyond. Therefore, we must sow seeds of inspiration and empowerment in their hearts and minds, and nurturing them to become the great leaders our nation needs. Parents, you play a fundamental role in ensuring that the next generation of Grenadians, Carriacouans, and Petit Martinicans can take up the mantle, can take up the baton, and lead us into the future. Teachers, education officials, you too have a vital role, one of the most important roles within our nation. And you have to understand that role that you have in shaping the minds of our young men and women that will lead us in the future. If we fail to do that, if we fail to shape the young minds to become leaders, not just politicians, not just members of parliament, and so on, but leaders within our community, leaders within the workplace, leaders within Grenada, within the Caribbean region, within the world. We have an obligation to ensure that we mold those young minds.
He reminded the gathering of the rich history that we share and the legacies of many who have gone before, all of which shaped the great nation that is Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique.
As we stand on the precipice of a new era, let us pledge ourselves to the cause of nation building. Let us embrace the challenge before us, secure in the knowledge that the seeds we plant today, especially the seeds that we plant in the minds of our young people, the seeds that we plant today, the collaborative efforts we put forth will determine the heights we reach in the coming years. Let us be inspired by the legacy of those who have gone before us, like Mr. Sylvester and Mistress Sylvester, like Daddy Blaze, like Sir Nicholas Braffett, like Joan Purcell, like Elvin Nimrod, like George Prime, like Sister Kindra Maturin, and all of those who have gone before us. Let us leave on those legacies, my friends.
Continuing the news, 2024 will see the return of Festival of the Arts after a 5-year hiatus. GIS spoke with the Chief Cultural Officer in the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Affairs and Culture, Adrian Mark, who said the Division of Culture is happy to reintroduce the festival, which can tremendously benefit the students and community groups throughout the island. This year's festival theme is "The objective is not to gain a prize or to defeat a rival, but to pace one another on the road to excellence."
The government of Grenada is very serious about the reintroduction of the Festival of the Arts because they had made mention of that many times in Parliament over and over. I know the Prime Minister is very keen because in his time he had experience within the Festival of the Arts. So he's very adamant that the Festival of the Arts should be back. And we at the Division of Culture are very happy that we can reintroduce the Festival of the Arts.
Mark said the festival will take a new approach. He spoke of another aspect to be added to the festival.
It will run for the entire year, starting with, we have 3 phases. So we have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Because we are, as I said earlier on, we are going full-fledged. So we cannot proceed with the festival month after month. So we put it into phases. So we have 3 phases: period 1 or phase 1, period 2, phase 2, and then period 3, phase 3. I'm in the ministry 27 years now. We only had 3 areas in the festival: music, dance, and theater. This year we want to add visual arts because in schools we realize that some students can paint, can draw, can do sculpture. We want to introduce this year into the Festival of the Arts, visual arts, so that all aspects of our talent is reached.
An official launch is scheduled to take place on February 16th. And finally, in an endeavor to promote increased involvement from self-employed individuals, the National Insurance Scheme has partnered with various institutions to raise awareness about its new payment system. This week, the NIS collaborated with the Ministry of Agriculture and the Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program to disseminate information on the new self-employed approach, NIS benefits, and the new NIS web portal. These collaborations featured capacity building sessions for farmers focusing on record keeping and crop management, including pruning techniques to ensure they maximize benefits from their businesses. Compliance manager at the NIS, Franca Bell, said that the NIS is specifically targeting the informal sector, encompassing the self-employed, to ensure that they can secure a pension in their retirement years. She elaborated on how the new system can be effectively utilized.
From May of last year, you have a range in which you have to contribute in order to get a benefit the next year. So what last year the range was $769 to $7,000 and I can't remember the exact number, but this year you're going to pay from between $840 to $7,960. You decide what range where you're going to fall within that range. However, it is easier in that you don't have penalties and you could pay the amount you decide to pay at any time within the year.
During the session, vegetable farmer Carlos Coutain expressed his eagerness to gain information, citing the advantages of contributing to the NIS.
I've been paying NIS for how many years with other employers. So my basic encouragement I want to give to the young people, the people outside it, continue paying NIS, and in the long term, you're going to benefit handsomely. And then I hope NIS continue to keep the policy, because remember when government changed, NIS has always changed policy and stuff. So what I'm hoping that a lot of young people will come on board, and that when we young farmers need funds and stuff to start a small business, we'll have to depend on NIS right too, and we'll work to pay back.
Another participant, farmer Glenna Bain, shared her satisfaction in learning how NIS contributions can benefit her in the long run, especially since she recently transitioned to self-employment.
I left work in 2022 And I'm now doing self-employment, so the information was timely in that I know that now I can get my sick benefits whether or not I'm working by myself. So that was good. Being self-employed, we might say, well, we hardly make money, depend when you just start. So you find it's hard to take out something for NIS, especially like me that have already made my contributions. But with the addition now with the sick leave benefit, or if like you have a disaster and you lose your crop, you could get 13 weeks of assisted benefit, I think is a good thing to have. Self-employed people, especially farmers, usually when we lose. So because of these additions, we could actually go ahead, make contribution. That is a good insurance to have.
That story just ended the week in review. On till next time, I am Rakisha St. Louis.